Attention GovGuam employees and retirees. Open enrollment is extended to October 10th. There's still time to choose TakeCare and keep money in your pocket. Lower copays at preferred in-network providers. A payroll deduction as low as $2.04 bi-weekly. To avoid enrollment and payroll processing delays, enroll as soon as possible. Learn more at takecareasia.com/GovGuam2023 or call 671-647-3526. Take Care, our island, your health plan.
Morning Marianas. I'm Johnny Rosario.
And I'm Danielle Baza.
It is Friday, September 30th, 2022. The month is over.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. When we come back, we will bring you the headlines for today.
Attention GovGuam employees and retirees. Open enrollment is extended to October 10th. There's still time to choose TakeCare and keep money in your pocket. Lower copays at preferred in-network providers. A payroll deduction as low as $2.04 bi-weekly. To avoid enrollment and payroll processing delays, enroll as soon as possible. Learn more at takecareasia.com/GovGuam2023 or call 671-647-3526. Take Care, our island, your health plan.
We have to all work together because we do need to deter crime. We do need to decrease crime.
There's a lot of news coming out, rape cases, children. It's so hard to believe.
I'm Felix Camacho, and I approve this message.
Tom Fisher was a Peace Corps volunteer and an educator in the jungles of Central Africa. He went from educating children in impoverished nations to serving our nation in the United States Navy. Tom's legal expertise took him from the military courtroom as a judge advocate general to the courts of Guam, where he has spent 3 decades representing our Manumco and our less fortunate. Tom Fisher knows the law. He'll be a great lawmaker. Let's vote Attorney Thomas Fisher for Senator.
I'm Tom Fisher, and I approve this message.
Half a day, dear people of Guam. My name is Pete Santos, and I approve this message. I am the only candidate that's running for Attorney General that has the proven track record, the required skills, and the leadership ability to make Guam safe again. Please write me in for Attorney General of Guam this election. Thank you, si Diyos maasi, maraming salamat po, and kireso.
Right now, we are seeing a rise in energy prices. We feel it at the pump, at the store, or each time we get our CUC bill. This is causing everyone to make difficult choices. Businesses are having to increase prices or reduce hours. Families are having to choose between keeping the aircon on or putting food on the table. Lieutenant Governor Arnold and Mayor Dave's commitment to our Commonwealth is demonstrated through their 30-plus years of public service. Their experiences have allowed them the opportunity to personally interact with our community during their most difficult moments, and for that, they have a better understanding of the needs of our people. The CNMI needs leaders that will promote policies that create jobs, grow paychecks, and improve the economic security of the CNMI businesses and families. We hear you, Marianas. It's time to get this government back in order. This election, please vote Arnold and Dave.
Half a day. I'm Elaine Tamanyel Johnson and I'm voting for Joe S. Sonagastine. Woo-hoo!
Half a day. Guahu si Joe Mesngun. Kugakagaham Tutoru para unfanbota si Joe S. Sonagastine para senador.
Half a day. I'm Crystal Augustine. I'm from Malesu and I'm voting for Joe.
Ako si Winston Ilisito. Iboto natin si Joe San Agustin for Senator. Mamuhay!
I'm Senator Joe Shimizu San Augustine, and I approve this message.
Guam police officials have yet to respond to Kandit's inquiry about unconfirmed reports of a shooting last night along Robert Street in Maite. Sources told Kandit about the police and medic response to an area behind Global Dorms, and we were on the scene within minutes. How long is this, Prim? Sources tell Kandit a man, possibly in his 30s, appeared to have been shot through the buttocks. He was transferred to Guam Memorial Hospital to receive treatment for his injuries, according to sources. We await confirmation from GPD on these details and more.
Around the time Guam police and medics were responding to the Maite shooting, congressmen and senators from the Commonwealth Legislature were working through the night to avoid the partial shutdown of the Commonwealth government when the clock strikes 12 tonight. According to Congresswoman Selena Roberto Babata, quote, at 9 p.m. this evening, Chairman Donald Minglonia recessed the Budget Conference Committee until tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. We did everything possible to avoid a government shutdown. The negotiations went, as I expected, in a diplomatic and cooperative fashion. Barring any major deviations from the negotiated portions of the budget, there will be no government shutdown, end quote. The threat of a government shutdown began earlier this week when the Senate, at the 11th hour, passed a budget markedly different from the balanced budget the House passed last month. The Senate version, which nearly mirrored the governor's budget request, did not fund the full pension to retirees, created an entirely new office within the governor's office, and gave the governor an unprecedented 25% transfer authority. The House went into emergency session to reject the Senate version, and Speaker Edmund Villagomez convened a conference committee for the two houses of the legislature to reconcile their differences. Those differences, according to Ms. Babauta, have been reconciled, though details of the compromise have yet to be released.
From the governor's promise to deliver what he called progress to his two opponents calling for change against corruption and cronyism, all eyes last night were on the stage of the Saipan World Resort, where Ralph Torres, Arnold Palacios, and Tina Sablan battled it out to become the next governor of the Commonwealth. Mr. Torres, the incumbent, made no concessions and gave no apologies for the state of government finances or his use of $2 billion in federal funds, telling voters that money was meant to be spent quickly and taking credit for projects that his opponents said should be credited to Congressman Gregorio Kilili Sablan. Mr. Palacios wasn't buying any of it, telling voters that he and the people of the Commonwealth lost all trust in the Torres administration the day the FBI raided the governor's office and the governor's home. He and Ms. Sablan never attacked each other and often agreed with the change they each proposed to bring to the Commonwealth if elected. Ms. Sablan took the most direct approach, telling voters that if elected, she will investigate and tackle public corruption. Here is the clip from last night's debate.
So much at stake in this election. It's not just about winning in November, and it's about more than just the next 4 years. This is about planting seeds for the future we want and the kind of Commonwealth we want to live in. Change is possible in the Marianas. Our problems are solvable. We have so much potential, so much natural and cultural beauty, a wealth of human talent. And thanks to Congressman Kilili and the Democrats in Congress, we have this unprecedented, once-in-a-generation opportunity, more than $2 billion to transform these islands for the better. We can make our Marianas an amazing place. We can bring back hope for a future that is healthy and safe and beautiful and just. We can bring back pride in our home and make investments in the education and well-being of our people and the critical infrastructure, the water, the wastewater, solid waste, power that we all need to thrive. It starts with good governance. That is the promise of our covenant. That is the change that is on the ballot in November. Change will come to the Marianas when we vote for it. So please, vote. Bota imen magas ni sinya unangoku. Imen magas ni ti un medagi per un mesad kengwen. Bota zuzan si lela, zaba ina zuda hamzu torus. Vote for leaders you can trust, leaders who won't lie to you or steal from you. Vote for Layla and me, and we will help and work for everyone. Layla and I are number 1 on the ballot, and we humbly ask for your support. Sizus Maasi, Hilisao, Salamat po, and thank you.
Mr. Palacios, you have 3 minutes for your closing statement, and your time starts now.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this election is our defining moment. Together, we will rebuild trust in our government, trust that was lost during the FBI raid, trust that was lost with the impeachment, and trust that is lost during the present case in court. Our Governor Torres, said he is resilient. No, ladies and gentlemen, Amju man resilient, for it is you who have endured 3.5 years of alleged unethical leadership, where it is not what you know, but who you know. The Commonwealth was the envy of other government in the Pacific. Our forefathers, my father included, negotiated a covenant that granted us U.S. citizenship, economic opportunities, and equal treatment under the law. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our Commonwealth is at a crossroad. Under our Palacios Apatang administration, the Commonwealth will be a shining example of government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Dave and I are running to rebuild our economy, to improve our public health system, to reduce the cost of utilities, to invest in our children and our workforce, to create opportunities for families by increasing home ownership, and to support our retirees and our veterans, to create a safer communities and to rebuild our infrastructure. David and I stand by our records of over 50 years of combined experience in executive and legislative branches. Leadership starts at the top. It is empowering. And with your support, Dave and I will be the leaders that our forefathers envisioned and that our people need today. With your support, our islands would be a beacon of shining light, a source of pride, a government that our people can be proud of. This November, we ask for your support. Please vote Palacios Apatang. We're number 2 on the ballot. Thank you. Jesus Masi, Giliso, Zan. Viva Marianas!
Thank you, Mr. Palacios. Mr. Torres, you now have 3 minutes for your closing statement. Your time starts now.
To everyone that calls our Commonwealth our home, in this election, you have the choice to continue with the progress we have made and leadership you deserve when the next typhoon, pandemic, or economic disaster hits. You have seen me deliver the promises of progress and solution-driven leadership. If there is one thing I want you to get and remember from this, is this. All the solution and success does not happen on this stage. It couldn't happen with mere speeches. It happens with a dedicated team going to the front line with my front responders, going to the airport at 2 o'clock in the morning to receive critical goods, supplies, conducting Zoom meetings at 4 a.m. with our federal partners to ensure that we get proper resources, establishing a relationship with all of our federal partners, FEMA, DOD, DOL, Department of Interior, and the White House. Over the last 3 years, I have virtually done this alone. I am running with Senator Vini Flores-Sablan as my Lieutenant Governor. I need a partner that can be with me in the front line. I need a partner who will show up every day to work. Our Commonwealth deserves a reliable Lieutenant Governor. Remember, when you walk into that booth, that you are voting for solutions, voting for leadership that delivers, and you are voting for my Lieutenant Governor, Vini Sablan, who we know will show up every day to work and who will join me at the office or on the field. It's been tough running this government alone. Imagine working together with a reliable and capable partner. Maniluzan manyanao, pinana malagos binoyam zundoklan isus masi ni todo bedisyon sa potasyon. Espesyal ibotun konfiansa para manmapusya na eleksyon. Intingwan na kada dia zaman motazok para hamzun ni terementin Marianas. Masya haji depan sya monu. Animatu tempun typhoon, haji gagi sa mena gohu. Animatu sti pandemic, haji un lili kada dia ujung gohu. Haji man gagi ni first responder gohu. Safa say puntanti puro mali. If I'm going to masangani sila niya, that often ang sangani publiko po fanyagi gigima lumahan wo. Jo sangani gilek ko, pamagono ti pereo si dat zanutro. So obligasyon no by protehi hamzo ni Toto Marianas. Zazangin by sangani unu pusaga za yotro pohano, bihano za bifanami. Sa enigi puntantek ko. Ato si Senator Vini, taigi gwini pogo, gaigi pogo za totsagi budget. Safa, it is critical that he's there to address the budget, to safeguard every employee in the government. Por favor, Viva Republican Party, Viva all of our GOP party, every candidate in the Republican Party.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Torres.
When we come back, we'll talk about the big switch for GovGuam employees from SelectCare to TakeCare. And we'll talk about the AG debate. Stick with us.
Attention GovGuam employees and retirees. Open enrollment is extended to October 10th. There's still time to choose TakeCare and keep money in your pocket. Lower copays at preferred in-network providers. A payroll deduction as low as $2.04 bi-weekly. To avoid enrollment and payroll processing delays, enroll as soon as possible. Learn more at takecareasia.com/GovGuam 2023 or call 671-647-3526. Take Care, our island, your health plan.
Tom Fisher was a Peace Corps volunteer and an educator in the jungles of Central Africa. He went from educating children in impoverished nations to serving our nation in the United States Navy. Tom's legal expertise took him from the military courtroom as a judge advocate general to the courts of Guam, where he has spent 3 decades representing our Manumco and our less fortunate. Tom Fisher knows the law. He'll be a great lawmaker. Let's vote Attorney Thomas Fisher for Senator.
I'm Tom Fisher, and I approve this message.
Bottom line is we're going to make you a better person. You're going to be healthier and fitter than you were before.
Welcome back, and thanks for sticking with us. So, GovGuam employees, the news that we got out, the questions we asked the government. Can I just say this, and I'm just gonna say it, okay?
You go for it.
Whether we ask DOE, DOA, whatever government agency, I'll just let you.
DOC's pretty good, right?
DOC's great with us. I think they're great with us because we got big mouths, right? But any questions we do send the government,
expect to hear it from the other agencies.
So the answers get sent to other news agencies, guys. So and all we care, like we cool about that, because at least we're getting answers.
No fair bad sports over here. We'll ask the questions.
We ask the questions.
Troy will ask the questions.
And then the other news agencies get some news. So and our point is that you guys all get the answers. So we're not silly. We're actually we find it amusing.
So you guys are so smart to get those answers.
GovGuam employees and retirees received a change in their insurance, and the rates were out of this world. So there are a lot of people who want to switch from CelectCare to TakeCare, right?
Yeah.
CelectCare is a locally owned insurance company, TakeCare, I believe, is they're all over the world. I'm not. I think so. If it's still the same, their rates are way cheaper.
That wasn't always so, right?
No, no.
Troy did a...
Actually, the Select Care, these programs that are in right now, the first insurance company to offer these things, and then they just changed it real quick. The mindset of this insurance that was created is actually Guam Health Shield. They were the sister company of GMHP.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and they were the ones who started these programs to have lower insurance costs. You know, so the lower your insurance costs every day or every paycheck means when you're not really sick, you don't really pay. But if you're sick, you have to meet a deductible, and that's what Guam Health Shield started here on Guam a long time ago. They're no longer in business. It's too sad. I believe it was a political ending, but you know that's another story. Okay. So everybody is rushing. There's no online option.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
not
crazy,
accessible.
right? Yeah. That they have to drive to the Guam Museum where there's no parking. Okay? You have to fill out a cancellation form, and then you have to sign up for TakeCare. It's crazy, and here are some memes
it's like double
that we are
paperwork,
receiving
right?
after Gov Guam open enrollment, looking at my paycheck, rolling over with Select Care. Realizing I have switched to TakeCare. Realizing I should have switched to TakeCare. Gov Guam employee. Gov Guam employees who stayed with Select Care. Last one. Looking at my paycheck after choosing TakeCare, and looking at my paycheck after rolling over with Select Care.
Hey, Safa. What does that mean?
And let me remind you, CrossFit Hita, that's a gym in Derrida. Great service, great people, great atmosphere, great equipment. If you sign up with TakeCare, enrollment is free. If you sign up with Select Care, I believe there's a percentage you have to pay, but you do get a discount. So please remember that. Also, the AG debate, leaving Camacho,
Yeah, I didn't watch
Douglas
the whole thing.
Moylan, and Peter Santos. They all took jabs at leaving Camacho. The whole time, I believe Levin had to. They kind of jumped him. he had to stand up for the decisions he's made.
No, what
You
I
know?
did, like, from what I did hear, Levin just sounded like a crybaby, like,
Yeah, you know, they're all different characters. All of them have different personalities. They all have different views. You know, but as far as the government views, our main concern is to make sure that we are not robbed of our civil liberties.
Yeah.
And that is what the AG's job is to do. That is the first and foremost is to protect the public from government officials, you know, from crime, from people who are, and you know, the last 4 years, we do have to admit, even during the pandemic, if you got caught doing something, you were released. Whether that is a problem for DOC or the AG, I don't think that should have been done. If you were caught committing a crime, you should have been put in jail. You know, during the pandemic.
Yeah, everything was
you know, a
booked
lot
and
of people who committed crimes during that era, the COVID era, and they were just booked and released.
I was like, what? This is not how it went down with me.
So, you know, Peter Santos did very well. He was very,
he knew what he was doing.
Yes, he knows what he's doing. There's just something about grassroots. There's something about somebody who's been there, who's struggled, and
that's true.
And to be very honest, guys, I'm not choosing. I'm just saying. You have Douglas Moylan, who's been an AG already.
Yeah, but
you have Levin Camacho, who's been an AG already, and our island is where it's at. If these officials who have already been in office do not take responsibility for where the state we are in now, why not give someone else a chance?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So you know, look at everyone's record. I mean, you know, our AG is just our AG right now, I mean, on public corruption, on things that the public auditor has written about, nothing has been done. There's just so much.
If
There's
nothing
just so
else,
much.
I just hope Leavin doesn't win. just not leaving, guys.
And here we have
Let's not be dumb.
the closing statements of each of them, and you can play that now, Prem.
So that we can perform outreach, and if we have all the efforts that we're making aren't going to be in vain. You know, the community needs to have a better grasp of what our office is, what we're doing, and how we're serving them.
We'll have our closing arguments by each of the candidates, followed by the wrap-up and closing remarks by our president, Jack Tanahi. Going in reverse order with the write-in candidate pursuing a candidacy on November 4th, I invite Attorney Peter J. Santos for a closing argument. 2 minutes, please.
Yes, thank you, Jamie. I have been asked why I joined the race. And initially, I wanted to support Doug because of what I saw happening under Leavin's lack of leadership. But then Doug showed his true colors and I couldn't support that. So the question became, or what I decided was, if you can't join them, beat them, all right? I can't join with Leavin and I can't join with Doug, so I've got to beat them both. I am reminded about or a phrase that my grandmother used to say to me. She used to say, "Adai sal fatsadaju." What does that mean? It says, I think you're lying to me or telling me what I want to hear. The word fatsada is actually the word facade, all right? And there's a lot of that in this world. People put on a lot of facades, and that's something that nobody can accuse me of. I am, like I said, I have a big mouth, I speak the truth, and I make people uncomfortable. I don't have a facade. I don't have a fancy, shiny fold-out, okay? I don't have big billboards. I don't have an entourage. But when I was on the beat in the Guam Police Department, it was me and my comrades to my left and my right who were trained and who did our jobs effectively. It wasn't our supporters. It wasn't our billboards. It wasn't our handsome picture on the mug, all right? When I was deployed into combat zones, again, it wasn't an entourage of 50 people that got me through that. It was my professional brothers and sisters, and that's what I would bring to the AG's office.
Former Attorney General Douglas Boylan, closing argument.
One of the most solemn and memorable moments of my adult life as an attorney was when my deputies bestowed on me the honor of the badge. Attorney General Guam, 2003. This was my service to the public, my dedication to you, and if elected, it will come back. You look at the billboard on my right, those boxing gloves weren't just put there. My grandfather, the late Francis Moylan, was a boxer before he made the American dream. And he said, only 8th grade education, use the boxing gloves. Fair fight, winner and loser, the best man comes out. This is what I stand for as the Attorney General. This is why I'm asking you for your vote. I don't have a lot of nice words to say to people. I don't give platitudes. I just try to cut to the chase. You guys want crime to go down? I will do it, and I will use every resource in my capability in that AG's office, which now has over $9 million more and about 100 more people to fight crime. We did it back in 2007. When I left, you heard nothing about the crime rates going up, and we will do it again and double it. now with the meth problem that's afflicting this island. I remain the toughest Attorney General on crime and the Attorney General with the most experience. I have the most to offer you, and I humbly ask for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, former Attorney General Moylan. Attorney General Leaving Camacho.
How much time are you giving?
2. Attorney General Leaving Camacho. Closing argument.
The best part of this campaign, this election, is the opportunity I have to interact with the voters. And when I'm out there talking to people, they're tired of the negativity. They're tired of the whining. They're tired of the complaining. They want to know what a candidate has to offer. Yes, Guam has problems. We have a crime problem. We have a drug problem. What are you going to do to solve it? What is your plan? Now I'm surrounded by candidates whose platforms are fear and amnesia. And as much as I can go and talk about prosecution and crime, what I offer is a vision that I brought to the office 4 years ago. The way that we have helped Guam families with child support, the way that we have supported and got critical government services to our people during the pandemic, the way that we have protected our environment and our culture. And what my commitment is, thanks to my family, thanks to my supporters, who I'm not embarrassed of. I'm glad that I have a team that's willing to support me because they know what's at stake. This might be the most important race this election because you have mass incarceration, criminalizing abortion, cannabis. These are the issues that the Attorney General will have to tackle the next 4 years, and I am the best suited to guide Guam through that period, and I humbly ask for your support. Thank you.
Wait, before I tell you where you can get these stories and more, what was Leaving Camacho's biggest regret?
That he didn't open a Facebook page, guys. Get with the program. That's how disconnected he is from the realities of what's happening
You're so
down below.
Okay. Where we live, where the rest of us live, the other half.
No, not even half. The 99% of us.
99.
Okay.
So you can get these stories and more on CandidNews.com.
And don't forget to turn your attention, because we're going to turn our attention over to the Ray Gibson Show on 93.3 FM dial and on Facebook. The Point.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a great day. Good morning, Marianas. I'm Johnny Rosario.
Happy Friday. I'm Danielle Baza.
Attention GovGuam employees and retirees. Open enrollment is extended to October 10th. There's still time to choose TakeCare and keep money in your pocket. Lower copays at preferred in-network providers. A payroll deduction as low as $2.04 bi-weekly. To avoid enrollment and payroll processing delays, enroll as soon as possible. Learn more at takecareasia.com/GovGuam 2023 or call 671-647-3526. Take Care, our island, your health plan.